I'm Maureen Backman, and I'm the founder of the Muzzle Up Project and the owner and trainer of Mud About Town in San Francisco. This is my dog, Earl. And today we're going to be working on a tip to help make your muzzle training easier, particularly when you start needing to fiddle with feeding the dog with the muzzle and then also incorporating the straps. So before we get into that, let's just do a little update. So Earl has a positive conditioned emotional response to the muzzle already, but I'm just going to reinforce that. Good boy! So I'm going to bring the muzzle down, and I'm going to drop some cookies. And I'm doing this every single time I bring the muzzle out because I want him to get reinforced every single time that muzzle equals good stuff. Muzzle equals good stuff. And that's what's going to make the training more efficient and more powerful. And then the other thing that we've worked on in a separate session is desensitizing him to the straps themselves. Again, this is a separate part from the basket part of the muzzle because, again, it's especially for Earl. He's older, you know, he has some handling issues. I want him to be comfortable feeling the straps touching his skin and going around his neck. And so I went about that process the same way. Yeah, good boy! Just placing the straps lightly around his neck and then following up with food. So again, working on these two things separately. So we've also done a part of the muzzle training plan where we feed him through the muzzle. Oh, you can see it on the camera. We feed him through the muzzle. Yeah, good boy. And working on some duration. But what comes next in the plan, when you need to start incorporating the straps, it's tricky because as you can see, I'm feeding, I'm holding the muzzle, and then I don't really have that many hands left for the straps. And so this is a tip that I have found helpful, and hopefully you will too. Just I'm going to grab, I like to use something a little soft for this. I have string cheese right here. You can also use peanut butter, cream cheese. It's high value, but it's also very moldable. And this is going to come in handy because what I want to do is use the floor to help me with this next part. So what I'm going to do is put the muzzle down. I'm going to smear the cheese on the inside of the muzzle. And then I'm going to hold it like this. And I'm just going to wait for him to eat it. My hands taste a little cheesy right now, so he's licking that first. Yeah, good boy. And the nice thing about the cheese is it gives you a little duration as well. He's not eating it up really, really quickly. Yeah, that's a good boy. I'm going to dip it in again. And so what I'm doing right now, especially because Earl, I suspect he's a rescue. I think he had some prior negative experiences with the muzzles. He's very suspicious, so I don't want any surprises for him. So I'm holding the straps on the side because I want him to be comfortable. I don't want him to think that just because I start holding the straps that he's going to be forced into something scary. That's counterintuitive to the muzzle training process and to getting him comfortable. So what I'm doing, and he's still eating the cheese, is I'm just holding the straps. You know, maybe I can kind of move them around a little bit. Nothing too intense. Yeah, there's a little more cheese left. So I'm just going to smoosh that in. There we go. Good boy. And again, holding the straps, maybe fiddling with them a little bit, getting him used to, on the other side, the buckles on this side, so getting him used to the noise. Not all dogs, you may not have to go this slowly, but for Earl, for shy dogs, for timid dogs, you want to take into account all the things that are part of the muzzle that are foreign to them that they might find a little scary. So I'm going to reload, and I am not going to move ahead and make things more difficult for Earl until I sense that he's completely okay. So again, I'm putting my hands here. He's going to lick the cheese. Excellent. And then maybe I lift one strap sniff around a little bit. Oh boy, maybe I lift the other strap, jiggle the buckle a little bit. If it gets a little messy, it's okay, because that means it's tasty for the dog. Here, I'm just going to reposition him so you can see. There you go. Good boy. So again, lifting one strap up. And the nice thing about this is he is not being forced to keep his head in the muzzle. He has complete freedom of movement. If he is uncomfortable, he can back up at any time, or if he needs a break. This is also really important for dogs who, may have some fear of the muzzle or some discomfort with being handled. It's really important for them to feel like they're not trapped and that they have some control over the situation. Yeah, what do you think? So, gradually, what I'm going to do is work the straps around his neck. And what I love about this technique, and there you go, I just wrap them really slightly around his head. I'm not adding any pressure, I'm not dealing with the buckle, but this way your dog is getting a nice steady flow of food, you're working on some duration, and at the same time, now all you have to focus on is the strap part, because using the floor and positioning the muzzle this way is taking care of that feeding step. Yeah, that's a good boy. Again, maybe just a little brief movement with the straps, and then once he's done with the food, then we can try again. I'll show you a couple more times. Here we go. Food goes in. Excellent. So maybe I just hold the straps like that. Really quick. Not really doing much duration with the straps. I'm just really getting him used to it. And if at any point I notice him backing away, or body language, his tail isn't tucked, but if his tail was tucked, I'm just going to back up and go to an easier step, because I just really want him comfortable with the whole process. Are we out of food? Okay. So again, just dropping more cheese in there. And if he sniffs the straps, my my hands smell like cheese at this point, so if he licks my fingers, that's fine. If the straps kind of smell like food, that's fine. I'm just really going slow for him. So hopefully this tip will help you get over that tricky spot of when you need to start tightening the straps. Again, I'm going really slow with Earl because that's the pace that he can handle. With your dog, if they're a bit more confident or haven't had prior negative experiences to a muzzle, you may be able to actually start working the straps right away. But again, parameters to think about when you're at this step is the noise of the buckle, having the straps touching him, and then the amount of tension. So at first you may just want to have the straps go loosely over the neck, because this buckling action that comes later and tightening the straps, again, is a different sensation, it's a different parameter, and it's depending on the temperament of the dog. We want to make sure they're comfortable with the entire process.